going on? Welcome to another episode of the Impel Forward Podcast. I'm your host, Leon. That's my co-host, Rene. And my boy Larry is with us again. We don't have a guest to question or talking about what they got going on, but we go talk amongst ourselves. And Rene has already started talking about conspiracy theories. Tell me what is conspiracy theory to you, Rene?
It's just someone who has certain opinions that may or may not be true.
Most of the time they be true. People just don't want to hear
I wouldn't say I have,
Hey, I think it's theories that can't be proven yet.
It is definitely theories that cannot be true proven,
sure.
but also I feel like there are also things that haven't been proven to be true. I have a conspiracy theorist on my team. He feels like everybody who doesn't appear on camera, right, for team meetings or Zoom meetings, you know, now, like today, right? If I don't appear on camera, he automatically assumes the person is AI. They're not real.
He got burned. He got burned real bad one time.
And no, he's just like, they're not real. They're AI. You can't tell me. Like, he dead set. They're AI.
That's wild.
And, yeah. So one day I didn't appear because my hair wasn't done. He's just like, he's messaging me on my phone. Hey, Rene, are you okay? I see you're not on camera because I have a camera. I request all my people to be on camera. Okay. And he's like, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm just, wasn't prepared for the meeting yet. Oh, are you going to turn your camera on?
Yeah, that's weird. I'm going to be honest with you. Like, my company doesn't require you to be on camera. Like, it shouldn't have to be a thing anyway. But for somebody to think that he's put a scenario in his head for the results of something that's not normal to him. Or just because you're not on camera, right? There's something going on, like, buddy.
Back and I told him, I'm like, I met this individual in person. I've given her a hug. She works out of our Minnesota office. She's actually one of our internal senior vice president, attorney general lawyers, in-house lawyers. Right. He's like, no, she's AI. She's absolutely AI. I'm like, I saw her last year. We had dinner.
Yeah, you got to go touch some grass somewhere for sure. I mean,
he is dead set. Like, everything on my team, he's the one that goes, everybody's talking right. He just Zoom goes left. Goes left.
I mean, because so many COVID conspiracies, of course, that be floating around all the time. And it just, you don't know what to believe, what's right or what's wrong.
You don't.
None of us are doctors. So we can't break down what's in the vaccine, what's in the shot, the process. Only thing you know is you going to CVS or Walgreens and you're getting stuck in the arm. Same thing with the flu vaccine. So
I would agree. I feel like people are so honed in on the COVID vaccine, but nobody's talking about how to get it out of your system. If it shows potentially to be harmful down the line, or is it going to age you, or it's going to kill you?
That's a good
Nobody's
question.
saying like, hey, do this, or, why don't you try? No one's doing the research on that. They're so busy researching the vaccine. They're not researching how to get it out of your system for those who were forced to get the vaccine due to job, or me, I got it. I'm not one to do flu shots or anything. I got it simply because I was going out of the country. I was going to Dubai. And I didn't want to, and I was going as a group in the beginning, and I didn't want to be the outlier who didn't get it, who would stop the group from being able to, explore some of the activities that we had already prepaid for. You know what I mean? That required it. So I got it at the last minute, the window. I got the first shot in, and then waited and got the second shot at that 6-month mark. And then we went to Dubai the following month. But Leon, being into so many different, listening to so many different people about the COVID vaccine and the flu vaccines and all of these different jabs, as your person would say, has anybody researched how to remove it or how to get it out of your system?
I don't know, but y'all keep talking. Can y'all see me on the screen?
Yeah, man, we see you. We can hear you too.
Y'all keep talking. I'm trying to get this sound right.
Fine.
I've heard people, and I've seen different things Not sure, not quite sure if they work. But one person was mainly talking about your gut health. Your gut health, doing
Mhm.
things with your gut health. And I take a lot of different things, so I'm trying to
Microbiome.
Like what gut health? Like probiotics will flush it out. What type of root vegetable will flush it
hey,
out of our
I,
system?
I don't think it's. I
hey,
don't think you can.
and you might I don't think you really can either, but
Yeah, I don't think you can.
I think you
It's
should
in
just
there.
be putting some good stuff in your body.
It is in
Whatever.
there.
I do all the time. I do reishi mushrooms, lion's mane.
Does all
Uh,
of that work? Because I feel like the most healthiest of the healthiest individuals are always, I don't want to say always, but you hear about them the most that are you know, um going to see their maker.
Going to see what?
Their maker.
come on, dying.
Yeah.
Oh, you said some of the healthiest people are the ones that are not making it.
Yeah.
I
I mean, look
mean,
at all the people on my 600-pound life. They're flourishing.
Yeah, you can. I mean,
there's a lot of differences, a lot of factors in play with that. Genetics is one of the main ones
Yeah.
because there are a lot of fitness influencers or enthusiasts out there who do leave early, or
Yeah.
it's a privilege when you can become old. Honestly,
Yeah.
it's a privilege, and a lot of people don't get that opportunity. But I think it comes down to your habits and your genetics. Because some people live a
Mm-hmm.
hard life, depending on by what they eat, the type of stress that they consume. I mean, just the pollution in the air from day to day is killing us.
Oh yeah.
So
100%.
yeah, if it wasn't for that, we all of us would live a lot longer. To
Oh,
be honest,
definitely.
yeah,
Do you
processed
feel that
food.
during the times of COVID, when we were required to wear the mask, you
Mhm.
didn't get sick as much, even not having the
I don't think
vaccine?
so. Yeah, I don't
Did
think
you?
I got sick. I don't think I got as sick much. Honestly,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I never really got that sick over the
Mm-hmm.
years. I
I
still
mean,
don't
let
get.
me knock on some wood. Like I never actually caught COVID.
Oh yeah, I
Never
had
had
it
it, and
twice.
there been so many people around me that has had it. I mean, like multiple times.
Yeah.
And there's been one time like I might have had like the symptoms of it, and I would go get checked out, take 2, 3 tests, all negative. Never had it. So I don't know. Must have been in the tap water because I don't drink that. So
Something. I think I
so I
had
don't
it
drink that water.
before it was even known, before people were talking about it. Like
Mhm.
I was traveling the day that they were like the day before they were shutting things down in March. I
Mm.
remember being on the plane. I was like, I want
Yeah.
to say maybe I was at Chipotle or something in Chicago. And I'm just like, I'm just fine. And I remember my VP calling, like, hey, you can't go to New York. I need you
Yeah.
to come back home. And I'm like, it's cool. I wasn't watching the news. I'm like, I'm fine. She's
Oh
like,
yeah.
nope, it's something's going around and it's turning bad. And
Yeah.
I was just like, okay. And so I ended up flying back home. Crazy enough, she said, I reached out to your coworker that lives in New York. They're going to appear in court for you. It's fine, just come back home. And I was
Yeah.
like, cool, that's fine, because I didn't really, care for the judge. I was
Yeah.
going to go see. He was, very strict, not so friendly.
I'm gonna be honest. I think that worked out in your favor.
It did, because she got to court, ended up
Yeah.
sick, getting deathly sick, right?
Yeah.
Everybody in the courtroom got sick because the judge, remember I said he wasn't friendly, wouldn't allow
Mhm.
people to leave when they were complaining that a virus was coming. He
Oh
wouldn't
man.
leave, and the judge in the next courtroom next door wouldn't allow people to leave. He would say, I'm going to find you or dismiss your case.
Yeah.
Crazy enough, and this is a true story. Both judges died,
Whew.
and
Yeah, because
his clerk almost died.
New York was East Coast ground zero.
Yeah, crazy,
Yeah.
right? And his clerk almost died too.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's when it was strong. Yeah.
Crazy. Yeah, so I was saved because she got deathly ill
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
she went, because he wouldn't let her leave, and everybody else, and some people died in the room, but mainly the most memorable was the two judges.
Oh
Crazy.
yeah. Yeah. Because I remember like the trucks that they had parked outside of hospitals up in New
Yeah.
York that they were filling up with, the
Hmm.
deceased and stuff. So it was whether you believed it or not, there were people out there who were really, losing their loved ones.
Yeah,
You know,
definitely.
yeah. And
I
I think this is where a lot of people have to kind of differentiate the difference between a conspiracy but what's really happening,
Yeah.
because whether the virus was going out there man-made or not, people were really losing their lives, like for real.
Yeah.
It's not a conspiracy that it happened. It did happen.
Exactly.
And it was what it was, but it's how it happened.
People were more focused on how it happened, but I think they needed to focus on what's going on right now, so we can kind of quell this forest fire that's going around.
There was no preventative measures. Like there was nothing that says take this and this should help you. Even
yes,
down
it was.
the line.
Yes, it was.
It was. Okay. What was it?
What
type of root vegetable?
We going back. We going back with Dr. Fauci right there. Yeah.
It was some things that people said to take from doctors who actually work in the system, but hey,
Dr. Sebi? Is his name
anyway,
Dr. Sebi?
Huh?
What's his name? Dr. Sebi?
No,
that's the holistic doctor.
Not him, but
but you listening to him too, right? You take some of his advice. His son said he was a fraud.
He was a what?
Fraud.
That's crazy. Because a lot of people swear by him, and
I know.
It's a conspiracy behind Dr. Sebi too, that he was.
Dr. Sebi said he was a fraud, and he had Leon drinking carrot and beet juice.
A fraud? How?
Like all of his things that he was just talking. It wasn't.
He was talking about food and health like other people do. I don't understand that.
I know. I don't listen.
I'm gonna be honest. It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to be a fraud in that type of department industry, because he was talking about organic living.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of hard to fight.
Organic living.
Huh?
People have died from organic living.
What are you talking about? They ain't got to do it and be no fraud.
Anyway,
if you're convincing somebody that eat these leaves from a tree and it's going to cure your cancer every day, that's a fraud. There's no proof. There's no proof behind it.
Not a fraud. Stop it.
What would
moving on. Moving on.
What would it be called then?
That's not
a lie. Just a lie.
It's unproven hypothesis.
Oh my goodness! Tomato. Now we're on semantics.
Hey, look. What you think about I seen some people are mad at Biden because he pardoned his son.
Please, I would have did the same thing. I would have did the exact same. I would have done that.
I guess some people say because he said he wasn't going to do it.
Well, yeah. Things change. He wasn't going to give. I mean, listen, if the roles were reversed, Trump would do the same thing. He's done it.
Of course.
He's done it. But would you want your son to be in an environment where there's a president that hates you, like hates your guts and wants to dismantle everything that you've done in jail?
Look at that. I knew she'd like that stuff, but she ready.
I do wish that he would look at other cases that are similar from other people and he would pardon those as well.
Now, that's the direction we need to go into.
And not to say he's probably not doing it because this came out of left field, right? So it's like he's been working. He been in his office cooking. So he's taking advice from somebody. Or he's like, it's like, oh, you're gonna do this, checkmate. I'm gonna make sure this gets handled. I just
this is
on the school loan. Just hit that button, wipe everything out, get everybody else out of jail with similar offenses. Take a look at some of the people on death row who, has, proven, I would say proven that there may have been some issues or some foul play with some of the evidence and it should be reconsidered. I wish he would look at that and take that look at that more closely and see if that can help. He can help those individuals as well before he leaves.
I think that's a little different. And the only reason why I say it's a little different is because in Biden's son's case, like he actually pleaded guilty to charges.
Yes, right? and I agree with that. I agree with that. I just want him to free other people that has been
wrongfully,
or just these marijuana charges. We're in states where marijuana is now legal.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Take a look at those, pardon those, and then look at some of the people on death row where they should not have been because the evidence was bad or the case was handled bad. And we've seen that, right? We've heard about it, we've seen it. I just want him to, if you're gonna leave and you're gonna, hit us with these these checkers, I need for you to go out with a bang.
Yeah, hey, that's
a huge impact.
That was his last hurrah right there.
Like he got a couple more days to,
and it's between morality and your family loyalty type of thing. Do I do the moral thing, even though my son was actually wrong in this case?
Right.
But this is my child, and I have the power to pull them out of that situation. Do I do it?
A person is coming in to control that hates me and wants to dismantle the government and just has the ability. Okay, your thoughts, Leon.
What else has he done?
Yeah. Who talking about Hunter Biden?
Yeah. No.
He had some drug charges. He had
I'm talking about what else has
what
else has Biden
done since? Since then,
mean
or throughout his career? I guess.
No, now has he pardoned anybody else, or has he did any student loans?
I haven't heard about him pardoning.
Well, he's been doing student loans all throughout. You've heard he's already, he's already forgiven over what, $9 billion.
But he can do more, right?
He's every month. I'm just waiting for him to come to me. You know what I mean? I'm just waiting to get that letter that But I'm happy for other people.
I know somebody said she got an email that said she got 180,000 cleared.
Oh yeah, I have a friend who got 365,000.
Woo,
that's good. I had to clear my loans the hard way. Uncle Sam in the Army.
Yeah, but so it's happening. I just wish he moves a little bit faster than what he's doing. But you never know what he's cooking. Like I said, he's playing checkers right now.
Biden ain't moving fast no more at all.
You don't think
Period.
So? So Leon, answer the question. Would you have done the same thing?
No doubt. For my people, somebody, my relative, of course. Why not?
So why do you think people are upset when Trump gets in the office and he's going to pardon all the January 6th thugs? Or, great people. He calls them great people. They were great, loving, friendly people.
You said what you said? What now was your question?
I said, would you have done the same thing? And I said, Trump is doing the same thing when he gets in office. He said he is going to pardon all the people that were arrested for January 6th. All of the people we call them thugs because that's what he calls us people, Black people, thugs. But he called those people friendly, loving people.
No.
It looks like Joe Biden has pardoned 26 people during his presidency.
Who?
Joe Biden has pardoned 26 people during his presidency so far.
He also just new fact that I didn't know he was the first, the only president who has, I don't know, I'm sorry, it's late.
Brain fog,
tired. I just got done working out too. Elected in office over 65 Black judges, men and women.
Okay. That's good.
I did some other day. He just put in.
He was the only one. 65, 38 women. The remaining men.
That's what's up.
That's
what's up.
Only one. And then he's the only one who got elected the first female Supreme Court Black woman.
Yeah.
On the Supreme Court. I feel like they need to add another one. And then before he leaves, if Congress can pass that term, they would be on a 5-term limit on the Supreme Court. That would be amazing. Or put some sort of term. But leaving them for forever, horrible decision.
Yeah, they're gonna fight hard for that to not change that.
Yeah, Clarence.
So do you think he's moving fast enough?
I feel like that should have been the first thing he did when he got in office, honestly. My opinion. But
the one thing about like presidential pardons is some of them are like a PR stunt, because they can boost up your ratings.
Yeah.
I mean, Trump pardoned Lil Wayne, I think.
And what, Kodak Black?
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
He's outdoing the most again. Like,
he pardoned 237 people during his presidency. So it's gonna be interesting. But just back to the point, as a parent, would you help your kid out of a tough situation? My answer is yes, of course I would, and wouldn't care about what the naysayer says or how the optics look. Like, you step in, you step up, you do what you can for your family. Of 100%. Course, it just looks bad when you recently said, "Nah, I'm not gonna do it," and then you turn around, "Yeah, I'm gonna do it."
I can see that, but the optics would have been horrible for his son. To be honest, I'm pretty sure he would have left him in there had it been a different president that wasn't, threatening to get rid of dismantle the government system and the Constitution, and he knew there was some underlying hatred for his, for his son and for him, which would the downstream effect would go to the police officers and the officers on duty and the feds that's overseeing him. It would have been horrible for his son. I 100%. I would have looked to see if I had some late cousins in there.
You got to get him out of there. You got to get him out of there and get him to safety. That's what you got to do. I got to get him out of the system.
100%.
Now, let me add a caveat to that. Now, if I know that my kid is a POS, I don't know if I'm gonna be out there sticking my neck out there for them. If I know, like, for a fact that they are a harm to society, I couldn't do it. I probably
like if they murder someone and they were in there.
Yeah, like if they are legit, like a detrimental risk to society, keep them locked up.
Yeah, you gotta use the new term.
That takes a deep part. What'd you say, Leon?
I was telling Renee she got to use that new term, unalived.
Yeah, unalived.
Yeah, like but as a parent, you also you can't just write everything off because it's your child. You know what I'm saying?
100%. 100%. I think that would be a hard pill to swallow, depending on what my son did or didn't do.
Right.
How will it affect society, right? If he were to be let out.
Yeah, because it's tough, man. And parents' love runs deep, but
I feel like
comes into question.
I don't know, because he is kind of soft. So I feel like somebody's pressured him to do that, right? Like, get him out.
His wife
probably was like, you better get our son out.
Yeah, right.
I think if the situation, if his charges would have been different, it would have been a different conversation. I don't foresee him because he has a little bit more integrity than I would say his person that's taking over. Well, he has a lot more integrity. And I feel like he wouldn't allow his son, who was a detriment to society, be out walking these streets. I would hope he wouldn't.
Because to be honest, this is the last little bit of power that he had that could make a huge difference for his family. So it was like, hey, if this your last shot, like, you about to be out of office in a couple of weeks.
I'm doing everything. I'm sorry.
Hey, he can give teachers a pay raise.
I need you to give me
a pay raise.
Or is that on state level?
That would be state level. That would be Treasury, state level. Yeah.
Tell you how much I know.
I mean, no, I think that's a fact. I think we need to look into that. I think right now all the states need to really look at what they can do to revamp their processes they have in place to see if, or things that have been sitting and waiting to be decisioned that are detriment to, the American people, as, they say, or their constituents. Now is the time to really start casting those bills. Getting them through, because if not, how do you guys feel about our this new president coming in? Are you worried? Do you feel like it's all fear mongering and it's going to be fine, or are we going to have new infrastructures and houses and people working on them?
What you mean in houses and people working on? What you mean by that?
Meaning that I don't see a lot of Black and white people building homes.
Oh, so you're saying that if he send them back over there, back over yonder, who's gonna be building the homes?
who's going to be working in the back of the house at a lot of restaurants, who's going to take over a lot of those jobs that we feel that one, we're not going to do, right? Or we're beyond it, or if we did that in high school, I'm never doing it again.
Right.
And, or, you know, we have a skill set that no longer warrants us to work in those type of jobs. Well,
one thing for sure, even some black people say that other blacks are lazy. If he sends immigrants or whatever you want to call them back from where they came from, and we go see, you know, and people won't, if people really want to work or not.
Why does it have to be some blacks are lazy? I think other cultures and people are lazy, just as lazy.
That's just hey, people been in that for a long time. Do you know a lot of black people who want to work and build houses, work on the road, do a lot of that hard work?
I mean, a lot of our ancestors, you know, ran so we could walk, and we're more educated these days.
We're talking about now. We're talking about ancestors.
Are a little bit different. There's a different path that we chose to take, right? So we have more black doctors, we have more black lawyers, we have more black, you know, corporate people in corporate America, where trades are true. Don't get me wrong.
That's different than people going out and building houses, though.
We're going to go where the money is, because building that house may be paying you $15 an hour, but being an HVAC tech is going to pay you $100. So I'm going to be an HVAC tech.
I don't know, but I'm not scared of it. I'm not scared. I ain't let it scare me, not one bit. Like, that's one thing with me. I didn't like the way, especially black men, older black men, younger black men. I don't care. I just didn't like how they was. I mean, black men, like, they was acting so scared. I mean, like, what can you do? I mean, ain't nothing you can do. We don't control none of this.
I think the scarcity mind frame comes from a lot of the things that were said, especially when it pertains to police brutality, police violence against black and brown individuals. I mean, that's
people point to that. What you call it? Immunity? Is that what it is?
Mm-hmm.
Police immunity.
But yeah, that was happening. That was happening before Trump even got in office.
But I feel like we were making strides a little bit. Now we're not going to have that many, you know, the protectors, and our voice will not matter anymore as much as it did previously.
Well, okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. That part is the part that catches my attention. Like, as far as being worried about Trump coming in office, I'm not worried about Trump. Never was worried about him the first time he was elected. I'm worried about the people around him. Yeah. Because the people who we don't see are the ones that are giving him his ideas.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I don't know Trump from a plastic bag. I don't know him personally. But when he's on TV, when he's talking or he's doing his interviews, I don't feel like he's coming up with the best ideas himself.
Yeah.
Know? So whoever is around him that's giving him his ideas, and he becomes the front man and pushes that point across, those are the people that worry me. Like right now, you see a whole string of companies that are canceling their DEI departments or their whole DEI services and things like that.
Yeah,
way ahead of time.
Everything. Yeah.
Right. So,
that's huge, Leon, to people who work in corporate America. May not be huge for you, but your wife would understand it. I understand it because it invalidates our voice to be heard. It also invalidates us as in a career path of growth in corporate America. It can, you know, keep us stable and complacent, or, you know, in a job, and we won't be a part of that career growth to see us at a higher level. And I think that's a hard pill to swallow. So not only does it affect, you know, or people may feel like, well, it doesn't affect me, or it doesn't affect me, you know, it affects us in other ways, right?
Yeah, it affects us as a whole.
Yeah.
So do you think, my question is, right? So everybody talks about that. I'm just at a point. I believe in my people, right?
As you should.
I believe if we be creative and our creators that no matter what they do, if we just create, people say we created this, we did this, we strong, we black, we this, we got this. Well, let's do it. It shouldn't have took this to happen for everybody wanting to stick together and all this black talk. Should have been doing it.
I think that there's been a couple of things with that, man, just throughout history. We have broke off and started a lot of things on our own that ultimately was, shut down, or there were obstacles created. It still is nowadays.
Yeah, still is.
But one of the issues
more than what we're doing. We can do more than what we're doing.
But who's to say people
I think we could, yeah.
People are content with going to work.
That's the problem. We too content.
That's not a problem. There's absolutely nothing wrong with somebody who wants to work and come home and that's how they want to live their life versus somebody who wants to be a business owner or somebody who wants to be an investor. I think a lot of times business owners frown upon people who want to work and may not want to be a business owner. And I think we need to stop doing that.
No, not necessarily.
Yeah, a lot of people who have their own businesses, it's always, I couldn't work for nobody else. I can't live the 9 to 5. You got a lot of business owners frown upon 9 to 5 people.
I've seen it. It goes both ways. I've seen it though. I've seen it. I may
not want to be a business owner. I may not want that responsibility. I may like to be able to go and travel and go to Brazil for a week, knowing I'm still getting paid and my check gonna be the same. And I don't have benefits coming back to make up for the week that I was gone. And my 401k is still being replenished while I'm on vacation.
And you got benefits.
Yeah.
But you can have benefits as an entrepreneur.
Not those benefits. Nobody's contributing to my 401k when I'm contributing.
You can create your own 401k.
I know that, but it's 2 people contributing at one time, right? There's the business
a lot of different things.
And I'm contributing. That's what I'm saying. I'm getting to the goal. I'm getting to my target goal faster because someone else is assisting me.
To go back to the point about why don't we create, though, I think that at some point, half of us are kind of exhausted, from creating things and an obstacle being put in front of us to prevent us from going any further,
That's true.
And there's also just a point of the mindset of having, hey, we can do so much more if we pull our resources together. Because we hear the stories all the time about, how come so many other foreign ethnic groups can come in the Black community and start their businesses and thrive, but we just can't do it. I think it's more of a mindset thing. It definitely is. And that also plays on the part of people saying, Black people lazy. And it's just the fact that we're tired, we're worn out, and we just trying to make it day to day. It's kind of like a survival mentality almost, You're not even thinking about tomorrow. So it plays a lot. It plays a lot.
They're used to, they live, they have different cultures, right? Some people live with their parents until they get married, or even when they get married, they still stay with their parents and they go back and they take care of their parents and they do all these things. So they have the disposable money to be able to say, hey, let me start this business and be okay if they mess up or it doesn't work out, or they can go and do those things. And, a Black person, even myself, it's like, if I invest a lot of money into something and it fails, I don't have the family to go back and be like, hey, can you loan me 30,000? I just, just fumbled that bag. Or can I move in with you until I'm able to get back on my feet? We don't have that stability.
Yeah.
Because that's not something that we've been grown, that culturally we've been taught to do. It's always work your way out the house and be independent and take care of your own.
Yes. I got a theory about another thing that also hits our community is that we have this thing called the Black experience, right? And that's where you could take a Black person and you can put them into like a fish out of water story. You can put them into any type of environment and they kind of change that environment, whether it be good or whether it be bad. Like you can invite a Black person to a Hindu wedding. They would go there and have fun. Everybody's like, hey, this Black guy over here is having a lot of fun type of thing. But you take that theory of the Black experience and that is what makes a lot of changes throughout the world. Like we talk about hip hop. Hip hop is a Black experience that has a lot of influence globally.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is we create the Black experience, but we don't own it. We don't reap the benefits. We don't reap the monetary rewards or the resources of a Black experience globally. Like there's so many things that we create that other cultures make the money off of.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't come back to us. And so we need to figure out, how do we control that? How do we make that type of
monetize from that
conversion?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it's anything. It's hip hop, it's clothes, it's movies, it's a lot of things that we do create for us, but the rest of the world benefits from it. I mean,
I know
it's crazy.
I was talking to a guy and we was watching a podcast, of course, barbershop.
Yeah.
And it was a guy who said that he sits around. The statement he made was, I heard somebody else say this before too, posted on Facebook, said that people, I guess people who's like billionaires, millionaires who sit in these corporate offices are not as smart as we think they are.
No,
and they're not. The guy, which I kind of, I guess so, that maybe but the guy I was cutting at the time, he said, yeah, he's right. I agree with that, because I sit with some people and they're not as smart as we are. And they just can get the capital.
Mm-hmm.
I said, yeah. I said, but you can get the capital too. I think with a lot of Black people, we think we need so much. Huh?
We have a scarcity mindset. No matter we want to agree and say yes or no.
I think we need so much. It don't take a lot. I know you hear people throwing around millionaires and billionaires. I want to be a millionaire, 7-figure, this and that, which is cool. But we don't need that much to live on or live off of.
Mindset, man.
But I told him
mindset.
Yeah, it's mindset. So he has this thing that he like to do. And I told him, I said, man, look, I said, it's all about what we was talking about earlier, creating. We are scared to create. All you have to do, I was trying to give him an idea of what he could do. Because it's something he like to do. He go from city to city, state to state, going to these certain places, or something that he likes to do. I said, man, look, all you have to do, create your name, LLC. I was just running some stuff down to him. Go, open up, put your money in the bank or open your business account. Start right there. You can get a little piece of funding to start what you want to start.
Yeah.
And grow from there. You don't need a whole lot to start.
But also, it can be scary, right? Because a lot of times we want instant gratification. Right?
And that's exactly what he wants.
We see that
that's a trap.
Social media is bringing it to our attention. Oh, I made $100 million last month, and then they're showing you the bank accounts. And I started off with $5, and you're like, oh, well, if I do this thing, am I going to get that $100 million next month? Or if you start a business, it's like, well, first, my money, last money in, first money out, and I want to be able to get it. And I get it, because I like instant gratification myself. That's why I hate shopping online.
Hey, you hitting it on the head, because he's definitely, that's what he talks about. He said, man, I want it right now.
I want it right now.
That's the problem.
And that's the problem. I think business owners and starting a business, you need your mind, what Larry said, your mind has to be right, and it has to be right for that type of job. What the understanding is, you may take a couple losses your first couple months, maybe a year, maybe 2 years. But if you keep going and you're consistent, you will see the fruits of your labor. But I don't want to take a year. I don't want to take a month. I want money next week.
That's that Warren Buffett style, man. You got to invest slowly.
Yes.
For tomorrow,
Yes, invest for tomorrow.
But also, to your point, Leon, with your friend, like that's classic Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Because Rich Dad, he wasn't as smart as Poor Dad. But there's a difference, though, because Rich Dad knew how to get the people together to create what he wanted.
That is very.
He had the money to get the resources.
There's a living person by that name who would we say meets that criteria, who didn't go to college and didn't feel the need to go to college and is a billion trillionaire and doesn't even believe in school, but he hires people who can create his vision.
100%.
Who would that be?
And that's being smart.
That would be Elon Musk, right?
Yeah.
He says that all the time. You don't need to go to school. What did he say most recently? You don't need school. You can Google everything.
Actually, I'm starting to see a lot of people like that. A lot of multi-millionaires and billionaires are like, hey, we need to this. Like one of the people that I follow a lot. I don't even know if I want to say his name, but the black guy that Leon, gray hair, older guy.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
Yeah. I'm not gonna say his name, but he is completely against public school systems. 100%.
Public, and he agrees with private school systems or just school
private
systems?
Or homeschool. Yep, private or homeschool. But he's completely against like just regular school.
A lot of millionaires receive their education from public school.
Yes, for real. But
a lot of them,
but beyond that,
you can say received it, but they may have not really paid attention. They may have not really.
No. They may or may not, but something took them to the next level to get there. I mean, not all billionaires and zillionaires. I mean, not all billionaires, didn't go to college or didn't receive some sort of degree. Now, the person with the most money, yes.
Yeah. It was a combination of them going to public schools, but also just having that hunger inside them to go and become an entrepreneur or follow their dreams.
You never know.
And I think that has nothing to do with school. And I think that's the trap that they're telling people. Like, oh, you don't have to go to school. You can just follow your dreams because that's what they did. You know? But public school is still a very needed thing. It just need to be, restructured. But 100%. People need that. Like,
you want a doctor that just went to middle school or high school? You want a doctor?
Right.
See, you talking about something different though.
No.
Doctors, lawyers,
education is important.
There is no need for you to go to school. You can Google everything for free.
Formal education is very important.
Well, I'm saying you said doctors and lawyers. It's certain because I hear people say it they break it. I've heard people say what y'all saying, but they break it down like if you really want if you really want to go to school for something and you need to, school is important for like you said.
School is important for everything that you want to do in life. Trade schools and all of that. You have to learn from somewhere, right?
Yeah.
I'm saying some specific things, not just for business or
business. Yes. So let's segue. I watch. I don't know if you guys watch, but I do like him. I watch Pocket Watching with JT. I really like him. You guys?
I think I've seen that.
He's an accountant, and what he does is he does reactions to a lot of financial literacy gurus throughout YouTube, and he breaks it down. He is an accountant. He has all of the degrees, went to school, everything. Great guy, black guy. Check him out. He did an analysis of the turkey leg hut. You guys heard about the turkey leg hut in Houston? It's black.
Yeah, the husband and wife.
The husband and wife, a black.
Yeah.
And they recently just closed indefinitely for good, like maybe a week or two ago it was announced. But they have been. When they asked about them starting their business, how did they start? He says it started with they were at a amusement park and they just saw people throwing turkey legs on the ground because they weren't good. There was no culinary experience. Nobody went to school. They just, got it out the mud and they were making great money. I mean, the business was booming. And one of the major part of their downfall, not that they were reckless with their money and spending, was that they were receiving low grades on their, the food and beverage, when the people come in and I can't. I'm sorry. I
talking about their score
and stuff like that.
Their scores were wrong because one, in school they teach you, how you should store food, at what levels they should be at when you're cooking and doing all of the things. And because they had sold this dream of we got it out the mud, and this is that was their biggest downfall. They could not pass these grades, and it was like every month they had to continuously get it until the state came back and said, it's just
no more.
But it all depends on what you're talking about. Something.
But that's another business owner, right? Who didn't it was two ways. They mismanaged the money, wasn't paying their people. They just filed bankruptcy and over millions of dollars that they borrowed from other people to keep them along because they had to continue this lifestyle that they were making money and all of this, right? But also they were hit in another area had they had somebody in or listened to somebody or even took some certifications, they would understand the restaurant business and dealing with food and, the handling of it and all of those things. So I think it's very important that there's some sort of education in some areas, but to Google everything is crazy.
Well, not to Google everything, but you can learn stuff from Google and YouTube like everybody do. But you talking about one incident of people they just didn't know what they were doing. They didn't take the initiative to learn or try to get people to help them.
It happens a lot though, bro. It does. But it's the combination of both. We need both. We need formal education.
What I'm saying is you can point to a lot of different people who's done good and still doing good in business.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And sometimes not.
But I bet you some of those people who are still doing good have received some sort of level from an educator.
That's what I'm saying. I said they just weren't smart.
And
you know what? Hold on. There are stories out there where there was this kid who was like a black doctor. I think he was like 17 or 18. And he was he was a lawyer. He was a lawyer. Never went to law school, never passed bar exam or any of that stuff. But he was winning cases. He won like 26 cases. And was not a real attorney. So it takes a combination of both. Now, he probably did get his Google certificate or Google education, but they don't stand up in the long run. Like he needed a combination of both. He should have went to school and still, learn beyond what school was teaching.
And then once he gets caught, he can't do something that he loved and was really good at, right?
Oh, yeah, he done so. Yeah.
Well, how was he? What you mean get caught? How was he winning cases if he wasn't legal?
Nobody was checking his credentials, but it came out.
That one person that beats you and they appeal and they investigate you, and it's a downstream effect, and it's all bad for you.
I gotta look that up.
It is.
I do remember that.
Plenty. The dentist, the veneer doctor, and veneer tech.
Yeah, I heard about that one. Yeah. Dude was doing veneers.
Googled it. Google his education.
That's your favorite thing right there. That was scamming.
No, it's people who he did.
You're right. It is a scam. It is a scam.
He's a scammer, but he did it. He researched how to do it. Started a business. Did a lot of famous people.
Yeah.
And made a lot of money. No degree. I mean, he didn't even. He wasn't even like a hygienist.
Right.
That's on the people who are not doing research on the person.
That's
they gotta go to school, man. It ain't just the research.
Right.
No. I'm talking about the people who went to him.
Okay. Yeah.
That's true. But he was smart in a sense. I think he had them sign like non-disclosures and all these other agreements, so he was safe from that aspect. But there's a little. I mean, you want somebody. Just think
instant gratification.
I did say that about dentists. I said dentists. You need to go to school with dentists, doctors, veterinarians, stuff like that.
Barbers, right? Did you learn something?
You don't have to go to school. They just want your money. You can be a barber without even going to school. They just want your money to put your license in there. You can
none of that schooling helps you be a better.
No, you learn how to cut hair in a barbershop. You learn how to cut hair in a barbershop. School don't teach. They don't really teach you how to cut hair in barber school.
Well, not necessarily cut hair. I understand that, but being sanitary, doing all of those things. Did you learn not to mix this chemical with this, or there was some takeaways you got from that? There had to be.
No. Okay, let me tell you in barber school. You study a book. Your main thing is you want to cut hair. The book, they teach you about chemicals. They teach you about skin, bones, all that. But you don't need to know all that in cutting hair in the barbershop. That stuff don't even. If you can cut, I can go. If Larry knew how to cut hair, I can bring him in the shop today and cut hair.
I don't want Larry to come out here and see your license, and I want to be able to sue you.
But see, you talking about other stuff though. You don't. That's what I'm saying is you don't need no. You don't. You talking about all that other stuff. I'm talking about cutting hair, just cutting hair, and he knew how to cut hair.
There's a lot of in-house barbers and beauticians, kitchen beauticians. Absolutely. But what if a person got a bumpy neck and all that other stuff? Then what?
What? Then what? What?
You learn how to do around that in school, right?
No, you don't. I'm telling you, you don't learn all
this. It's got to be a standard for trades. You know what I mean? Like for trade schools, there's a certain standard. Like even construction workers, even though a lot of immigrants work constructions in the United States. Like they're not licensed. Yeah, they didn't go to school. They're not licensed construction. But they can build a roof and like they can replace a roof in like 12 hours. You know what I'm saying? That's all experience. But that's as far as they can go. Like if they want to be legit and start a business, then the licenses have to come with it.
Well, we're talking about two different things though. You still can.
But no. The basic thing is
it's license and
permit.
Need
formal education. You still need to go to school for a lot of that stuff. You know, you
that's
can't Google.
That's all about money, getting license and permits. And it's a difference between knowing how to do something but having to be certified to do it.
But that's how you keep the scammers out, though.
Right.
I see you talking about a couple different things. They just know how to cut hair.
I want you to be able to build the roof correctly. Just, you see a lot of immigrants and all them working on houses. That don't mean that it's done correctly. I mean, I had to sue my builder.
You can say, you can say that about anything.
100%.
But that's what we're saying as far as you going to school and you getting your papers, you getting a degree and your diplomas. Like, this is credentials. You know what I'm saying? Like in some places, I got credentials.
Okay, some people were like she said. I'm pretty sure her builder had credentials and didn't build her house right. You can have credentials.
I don't think that because there's many different people who do certain things when the house is being built. This,
that don't mean he didn't have his credentials.
Huh?
I'm pretty sure he still had his credentials.
The way my foundation was, absolutely not.
That don't mean you don't know that. I'm pretty sure he did. He just didn't do it right.
3 times.
Well, hold on now.
3 times is a charm. I don't think so.
People with credentials can still suck at what they do.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. It's a combination. It's a combination. There are people with no credentials who do good work, and people with credentials who do bad work.
That's all. Yeah, that's all I'm really saying.
But we're just saying that school provides you with that extra knowledge, that you need to be able to succeed in the area in your field, and it shows that you're really passionate about your whatever you choose to do.
Look, I've seen trainers over the years, physical trainers, personal trainers, physical trainers that don't know how to train, but they got the certificate. When I was studying to be a trainer, that's how I learned that I didn't need no license or certificate to be a trainer.
But I'm gonna be hiring you, little fake Planet Fitness.
But it's all about what you know. How you know.
But it's also to me the type of training, right?
But it's good. It's good to know. Though. I'm not saying it's not. I'm not saying it's bad not to have.
No, not at all. I'm just saying like that trainer may focus more on weight training, right? And you may focus more on, I don't know, cardio or something else. But to me, I feel like it's mainly their focus. Because you need a lot of different trainers that believe in, weights is going to burn the fat. Cardio doesn't burn the fat. And then you need another trainer that's like, I need for you to run 5 miles before we start working out because cardio burns the fat. And you just, to me, it really depends on,
Well, I'm not saying I'm just about personally knowing how to train, form, and what exercises to do, how to do it, this and that. That's what I'm talking about. But I'm not saying you don't need school. I'm not saying that.
Now, see, now I'm gonna I need for you to have. Is your certificates up to date? When I come in your shop, I'm gonna have to recheck that. You got me a little nervous.
What they got to do with me know how to cut your hair? Nothing.
A lot.
They just want money. You pay them people every year.
No, because I need to be able to sue you. Because if I see that your license expired, that means I assume the liability of whatever you doing to my head top.
But that's different. I run a business the right way. I got my license and certificates and all that.
Yeah.
Well, I would just state the fact that you can do things without having
You
all
definitely
that and
can
be
do
good.
things, but I just, you would expect a person to be licensed. If somebody comes in and,
I agree.
I think you would want that too, being a business owner, right? Or you hire people without degrees or license to fix things in your shop. You can go ahead and
I agree. I was just making a statement that it can be done without having it. But I agree. I'm not disagreeing with that. I agree.
Yeah, I mean, because the original point is Elon Musk talking about we don't need school, we can just Google everything. Like, eesh,
and he has a huge following, and people really believe what he says. Like they really do. And he made that announcement, and now everybody's like, there's no need for me to have school, and there's no need for me to go to school because they see him.
Yeah.
And he says he hires people with degrees. He doesn't need one.
Larry,
that's what Rich Dad does.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
What did you tell me you used to do, Larry?
What's that?
Did you tell me you used to do something on radio?
Say that again.
Didn't you tell me you used to do something with radio?
Oh yeah, I have a degree in communications.
I believe that. Yeah. He's such a smooth talker. He enunciates really well. He captures the audience.
That's John McCain. He's way better than me.
I can definitely, I can see that. I can see that.
The Quiet Storm. No, I'm just playing.
There you go. The Quiet Storm.
Nah. But yeah, my first degree was in communications, which went to school for.
Are you practicing that now? Are you still utilizing that in your day-to-day?
I mean, I'm doing it right now on the podcast.
Only when you come on the Impel Fort podcast.
Yeah, we're right. Yeah,
definitely.
That's it. Yeah. Yeah. But I mean,
I asked you that because it's a lot of people who's doing podcasts or who's doing media now and then. A lot of them didn't need. You look at Patrick Bet David. He's an insurance guy. He's. I don't know about what's the other guy name.
On what
podcast? Joe Rogan.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think. I'm pretty sure
Joe Rogan got his hands in everything.
Wasn't he the host of Survivor or something?
Joe Rogan has his hands in everything. He's a comedian.
Like Survivor or Big Brother. He was a former host of something. So he
Fear Factor.
Fear Factor.
He did Fear Factor.
Well, I'm saying a lot of them guys, even now, I don't know if Charlemagne the guy went to.
He did. He's very educated, but he doesn't talk about it. But yeah, he has his degree.
But it's a lot of people that don't. That's they're pretty good with me.
But this type of thing, man, it's all about character and personality. Right. Just getting behind a microphone, being confident in what you say. That's where a lot of people actually have that fear of public speaking, and so that's a skill. You got to get better at it. If you want to do it. Some people it comes naturally. For me, I was always a shy kid growing up, and I used to think I was antisocial, but I wasn't antisocial. I just don't F with a lot of people. And so I'm very tight with my circle, and I'm very open with my circle. The way I'm chatting with y'all now is how I just talk to even strangers on the street. That's not antisocial. I'm very, very social, but I don't have a problem with public speaking. And so it just came easy to me.
Yeah.
So why don't you think that you're doing more with your education and speaking?
It's also, I guess, it depends, because communications is vague, man. You can go anywhere with it,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's huge.
It's definitely
but like I say, it's only just one of my degrees. My first degree was in communications. My second one is in technology, and that one took off more. But when I was in the military, I did both. I did communications and technology.
Oh wow.
But that was from a different type of standpoint. It's like I was the guy that would set up a satellite in the field so soldiers could talk. And so that's a whole different type of communications and technology bridge. You know what I mean?
Right.
But that was my background.
How long were you in the Army?
10 years.
10 years.
Yeah.
What was your decision would you decide to go after high school, or what made you?
I actually went in pretty late. I went in when I was 23.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So a lot of the guys I was in boot camp with were like 17 or 18. I was an old cat in boot camp.
How did you go?
You said how?
Why?
or
Why?
why?
What made you take that
Oh
direction?
man, life. Because I didn't do anything right after high school, man. I just kind of joined the workforce, and had a kid on the way, working dead end jobs. I was like, this ain't gonna cut it. This ain't gonna cut it. So took a gamble. Was like, all right, let me go and do this enlistment thing. It's probably one of the best things I could have done. Honestly, probably one of the best things. But
I
that's
hear
a
Why?
that a lot.
personal decision.
I hear that a lot from people that were previously in the military
Yeah.
and now currently living civilian life. They always say that was the best decision they've ever
Yeah.
made. And it's crazy because it's such a negative annotation behind it. Like, why do you want to join the military? Why do you want to,
Right.
you know what I
Yeah.
mean? But
Yeah.
I hear that it's almost like I'm hearing that from outside of the club, right?
Yeah. 100%. Yeah.
Inside of the
Yeah.
club, it's like that was, and I even talked to people that said, man, I wish I would have joined the military when I was, younger. I hear
Yeah.
it. But the loudest ones in the room is why would you want to do that?
Right. Right. Right.
But
Yeah. That was a good decision. Definitely. Definitely. So,
Why do you think it was a good decision?
well, it gave me better direction, man. Cause I was just out there floating, you know, and I was bouncing from job to jobs, and it just you get to a point where you want something more. And the type of person that I am, I can't just settle for average. Like I needed something more. And then when you have a kid on the way, it's not about you anymore. Now you got to provide, and so it's not about just you being selfish. I need to provide. So I was out there. I was able to go to school, save money, travel the world, did a lot of things, bro. Did a lot. Two
provide
things happen when you
is
join the military. You go
right.
in and you come out completely different, or you kind of go in and you come out the same as you were. For me, I went in and I came out the same as I was,
That
but
sound
with
like
just
prison to
better.
me.
I just came out with better direction.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I had better resources. That's one of the big things too. I had more resources that I can use for my own life. So
Mm. So what made you
you,
choose? You said you got your technology degree in the
yeah,
army.
yeah,
What made you
yeah.
choose that?
Well, the military taught me technology, but then I actually went to school and got an actual degree in IT. Yeah,
Okay,
I got a 4-year degree in that.
that's what's
Yeah.
up. That's good.
I think it's a great idea. Something you want to do, teach you structure, stability. Like I
Hmm.
said, everybody I know that gets out is flourishing. I have
Yeah.
another guy I consider a brother. He is a VP at Toshiba. I have another guy
Nice.
who's, a senior project manager at Lenovo. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
everybody I know that's, been in the Army 10 years, probably more plus, just they flourish.
Yeah.
They
But you
flourish.
know what though? Like army or not, man. Like there's a lot of things out there, a lot of opportunities in life in general. But if you're not the type of person to go for those opportunities, then nothing's gonna change for you.
Yeah.
Nothing's gonna change. The opportunities are really out there. But if you just like, nah, I'm good where I'm at, then
Yeah.
you're gonna stay where you at. You're gonna stay where you at. So I think that's one thing a lot of people got to understand, what they want personally for themselves and or if they want it for their families. You know,
Hmm.
for me, I wanted something more for my family. So
Would you
I
have
went and
joined the
got it.
military,
What's
Leon?
that?
Leon, would you have joined the military?
No, I never could understand why people went to the military.
Really?
Hey, no lie, no lie. I swear to God. So I joined the military in August, 2005. I know for a fact. I remember in July, I said I would never join the army, and I mean it was probably like almost a month. I joined like August 11th, and I remember probably like maybe July like 10th or something. I was like, nah, I ain't never, because I was sitting on the couch watching the commercials,
Hmm.
and I was like, nah, I never do that. I never join the army. And then I just had to sit down and look myself in the mirror and be like, you know what, this ain't gonna change. It's not gonna change because there's no point in working like 2 or 3 multiple jobs paying you minimum wage and you scratching to get by. Not saying the military is gonna save you, but it'll definitely help lighten the load a little bit. The resources are there. But it's not even just the army, it's other things people can do. If you want to go to school or join community programs, it's up to you.
Right.
Like you can't play victim your whole life. and then complain when the opportunities have came and gone. So
I definitely think there's a lot more resources now than it was,
mhm.
for me or my family growing up. I can see
Yeah,
it. You have to dig a little bit harder for them, but they're available.
they are. True.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm glad I went to barber school. But one thing barber school did teach me, well, my instructor, he
Yeah.
taught more life lessons. That was a good thing about Harris Barber.
Good.
What was a life lesson that stuck with you the most?
It ain't about how much money you make; is what you do with it.
Yeah. I see
That's
that.
what he always told us.
I
Well,
see that.
yeah, because it's like you're getting money as fast, right? It's
Mhm.
not something that's coming to you every 2 weeks on a paycheck. It's like every day. You're
Right.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
it's, I mean, similar to like a drug dealer.
Yeah. But Mr.
No.
Mac gave
I
life
mean,
lessons.
without the
Without the
illegal
crime.
and the risk behind it. But I'm saying it's like you're getting the money right then and there. So it's like I can spend
Yeah.
this 100, I'm gonna get it back in 15
Oh
minutes.
yeah. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
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 That's
And
a
that's
mentality we got to get out of our community.
that's with anything though. That's with any job, any person. It
Yeah.
ain't about how much money. That's what I was saying earlier about we think we need so much
Mhm.
to, you know, be financially stable. Or would you need some type of income to be financially stable? But a lot of times we spend, 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 spend,
Think we
spend.
spend, or do you think our cost of living has increased so we feel like
Well, of course, now, yeah,
I
cost of
mean,
living
it's
definitely.
both.
Yeah,
We still spending, and the cost of living is going up.
yeah, both.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I keep
both.
hearing it and people keep talking about inflation, but I tell you what, the airport don't look like it. The mall sure didn't look like it over
that's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm
Now
saying.
you went on Black Friday.
Hey, what y'all think about Nah, Rene, Larry, I
What's up?
think you was skeptical about crypto, were you or not? You
Nah, because we were talking about that.
okay?
Yeah.
But Bitcoin been doing pretty good, man. I've been
I was
trying
gonna
to
say
tell
my Bitcoin
Now,
is doing better than my crypto.
I mean, yeah, just Bitcoin alone is like the
Eating.
yeah.
one thing that's good. Everything else, man, leave it alone.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP. I say them three.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's a lot of way. But it's a lot of different ways people make money off all the other ones too. You just got to know what you're doing, and if you don't know what you're doing, don't do it. Just keep
And
Yeah.
that's
the main thing.
the thing we do have to stress people because
Mm.
people will
Yeah,
put all their money in one basket with the
yeah,
assumption of instant gratification,
That
right?
old
right. Yeah,
Dogecoin. Yep. And mess
Yeah,
everything up.
and exactly. And
some people
Yeah.
then
got rich off of it, but some people lost a lot of money off of it too.
some people
Yeah.
did. I think, the best advice that I think I received was from the young man we had on our show when he
Mm.
was talking about the guy who worked, what was his name? He's out of California. He talked about Bitcoin. And he said, if you don't have a lot of money to put towards it, just, when you get a little cash up here or there, you have a little bit of extra, buy some Bitcoin, just keep stacking it and stacking it. And
Yeah.
then, eventually it'll grow.
You talking about Trey, the one we had on here, talking about from that work from Coinbase?
Yeah.
Yeah, Trey. Yeah,
Mhm.
Mm. Yeah.
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 Provided some definite gems that
Now
I
I'm not in the crypto community, so I can't really talk on too much about
no,
how they use it, this or that.
Yeah,
But
but
I'm just not seeing it like on a global scale type of thing.
no.
And I
I
mean,
mean,
it's
I was
there.
there
It's
yesterday.
there. Like you have athletes who are like, hey, I'll take my bonus in Bitcoin. I'll take my salary in Bitcoin. And I get it. Like it's a thing. It's just not like, like you not see it out there. You don't see it out there every day.
But what's so crazy, I've seen it at like the ATM.
Yeah, they do. I have seen Bitcoin ATMs.
And
Yes.
I saw it overseas at a duty free. It,
Mm.
it gives you the option of like debit, credit, and it was like Bitcoin. I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
yeah.
But you got to have your Bitcoin wallet on you.
yeah.
So it's making waves. I just hope people catch on, and don't be scared to invest in it. That's one of the things you can
Invest responsibly.
yeah,
Yeah,
invest
yeah.
responsibly. Don't put in no more that you can stand or afford to lose.
Yes. What did Cash Doll say on her new album?
Yep.
Don't get a bag if you can't put a bag in it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I don't
Pay
listen. I
your
don't
debts first. That's what I say. Pay your debts first before
Your
you
debt
invest.
first before you invest. Invest slowly, slowly.
Hey, you sound like Dave Ramsey, man. That's my boy.
Hey, that's you got to do that first, man. Everybody trying to invest in you paying your left hand to go pay your debts.
Right.
That's all you're doing. Pay your debts off first.
I'm going to Tennessee to see Dave Ramsey one day. I'm gonna sit.
Oh yeah.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm gonna go one day.
You like Dave Ramsey? I like Dave Ramsey a little bit. Some days he irritates me.
Why?
Because he's so old school, right?
Yeah.
He's so old school, and it's just sometimes it's hard to hear a millionaire tell you what to do with your money. You know what I mean?
That's because
he's telling you from experience. He's been broke. He went bankrupt.
Yeah, but now it's a different time. You know what I mean? You can't live off $20,000 anymore and pay your rent, pay your bills, and buy
beans and rice. Beans and rice.
Yes, you can't do all that anymore. So it's not easy to move back in with my parents and live in their basement. You know what I mean? I can't and pay off this, debt or get rid of this car.
Some of the people that be calling that show, they really be in it though. They really be done.
Do, but I'm like, is it really real though? Is it real?
I believe so.
Yeah, some people be done. Their habits are horrible.
Some of their habits, I can say sometimes I overspend. Right. But it's just me. I don't have children. I don't have anything to worry about if whatever I do is a reflection on me and I need to dig my way out of it. Right. But I do think some of his scenarios are, although they may seem real life, but I think some of them are a little bit outlandish. Like the couple who, was been married for years and she just found out that her husband was $3 million in debt. Sis. Sis, come on. Come on.
It be happening. It be happening.
You that much in debt and you in foreclosure and all these things, the note is going on the door.
Hey, sometimes people be
everybody that's on those loans are being notified.
Them people be getting married and their spouse have a whole nother family, yo. So,
yeah, I know that, but just some of that just seems a little bit outlandish. And I just found out yesterday.
Yeah. And now she gonna inherit that debt.
Ma'am.
Yeah.
You get the Credit Karma pop-up. That shows
still on the phone with Dave Ramsey. Need to be calling a divorce attorney.
Exactly, but it's
separating
just some
them
of those things I think, and although they may be real life scenarios, I just think that a lot of times there are some of his, his following, his top 25 that's calling in with some of these problems.
Stop your
dear Abby.
Stop your conspiracy theories about
that. That is conspiracy theory, I would say, but I mean. I've done him. I've done his, zero out. Do you practice some of his philosophies? He talks about money and zeroing out your paychecks and all of those things.
No, I don't do none of that. No.
But you like listening to him tell other people to do that?
Yeah, I like listening to him. Yeah, it's like anything else. You got to listen. You got to take some of what he say. Spit the other out. So. That's what I do. Like I listen to everybody. I take bits and pieces and do what's best for me.
You find yourself confused a lot of times too, like on what to do. Listening, consuming so much financial.
Not as far as that.
Literacy help.
No, not as far as that. No. Some other things maybe yes, but not as far as that. Yeah.
I think the election probably had you like all over the place.
That election, I'm glad that was over.
Yeah, I'm glad it's over.
Glad that's over.
At least the commercials can stop.
Speaking of the whole issue with not inviting families and divorces happening over, the not agreeing with your political pick and morals and all of those things. Do you think people will eventually come together? Because that was a huge thing. I mean,
it still is.
Still, because I tell some of my friends, colleagues, don't tell me if you still want me to be your friend.
Don't tell you what they voted for.
Yes, 100%.
You cutting people off.
100%.
Damn! Don't cut them off.
Yeah, I am a Capricorn and an Aquarius. I can do it in a minute and walk past you at the mall. Never saw you in my life.
Damn! Cut off game strong.
See, that's what I'm talking about, right? That's one of those things where we don't know these people that we voting for in office. We don't know what their intentions are. We don't know what they go.
We don't have to know them, but if we hear what their intentions are and we agree with it, that's a problem.
No, I'm talking about as far as you cutting off friends that you've been friends for so long, just because they're gonna vote for somebody else that they may agree with.
That may affect my community and who has, spurts things that are not great to hear. 100%. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I will not be going to Dearborn, Michigan. No, just playing. Just kidding.
Was you talking to somebody specifically when you said that?
No, the whole community.
What's Dearborn, Michigan?
Just Google it.
I don't know.
Okay, that's it. Anything else y'all want to talk about? Dearborn, Michigan.
But for real, you guys, you don't think that it's a real thing or it should be done? You don't think that you should cut off friends or family members because they voted differently than what you feel? I think that's
no.
I don't know. I'm gonna cut people off, but I might just keep them at arm's length. They don't have to be as close.
Over for Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't think they have to get me. You know what I mean? I don't think they have to get me. Look, listen. I think that
sideways on your.
I look at it this way: like a lot of people who voted for Trump, honestly, especially a lot of people of color that voted for Trump, they're doing it specifically from an economical standpoint. It's not about let's go build a wall or immigration stuff.
100%, but money over integrity is crazy to me.
I agree. I agree with that too. Money should never question your loyalty. I agree, but
And anyways, Mexico's female president says she's not paying for nothing, and you're not getting.
I didn't think they ever would.
Tariffs on them. You're not getting no avocados or no oranges.
Oh, them tariffs about to be crazy.
She already said, "Don't come with me playing," and she's not paying for no wall.
Will he really do the tariffs? Y'all think he'll really do that? Or
he's already done it.
Yeah.
He's already done it.
Yeah, with China. They're increasing China's.
He did tariffs his first election. I mean his first presidential run. His first thing. Yeah.
I definitely wasn't paying attention then to know about that.
That's okay. I hope your sweatsuits come from it better not be that.
No, not the sweatsuits.
Your jogging suits better not come from Michael's. What's that?
Michael's.
Oh man.
Gillett.
You know that this podcast is sponsored by Impel Ford merch. Go get you some Impel Ford merch. Yes. ImpelFordMerch.com.
We love that. We love that. Just kidding. On the, he has a very reputable vendor with great quality. If the prices increase, people, you know why. Just kidding.
Yeah.
I support the brand. I have a lot of
merch. Go.
And I don't ask for discounts. I pay
the brand.
His price is his price. I support the brand. His price is his price. I don't ask him. Well, maybe I did, but it didn't work.
Somebody sent me something today. Let me read it real quick.
I want to Pastor Nate. I tagged you in that. You got that?
Yeah, I seen it. Yeah.
What you got on? Like a small? What size is his? Small?
No, he's a medium. P be in the gym. P Nate be in the gym. Shout out to P Nate.
Shout out to P Nate. He do be in the gym, getting it.
In the gym.
Mm-hmm. Him burning 700 calories a day is crazy.
Somebody sent me a post that said, your homeboy clothing brand is designer too.
Who said that?
Somebody sent that to me.
Nice.
You said your homeboy clothing brand is designer too.
I 100%. I support all my friends, no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, if you follow me on Instagram, I support all my friends, no matter what. They price. I don't do that. If I can go and pay the amount for designer items, I should have just as many of the items that I support from my friends as well. No matter.
Yeah, my thing is, more than people supporting me, I want to make sure I put out good quality. That's one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Of course.
You follow the designer Fear of God, the black guy.
Yeah, I'll be studying it. I'll be looking at everybody. I'm studying everybody.
That's good. He has really good quality items. I'm not gonna lie. It's not the run of the mill, type thing. Like he has some great quality. You up there. You up there.
Yeah. I want to put out good quality.
I'm a hard critic, and I'll tell you if it's not. When you was Larry, oh my God, he was blowing me up. Did you try it on yet? Did you try it on yet? What's this probably like?
I want to know whether it's good or bad.
Larry, I had just got it the day before. He texted me on Thanksgiving.
I'm like, look, what do you think? I mean, everybody else. What do you think?
Quality control.
Larry, on Thanksgiving, I didn't even have peace. He didn't even say good morning.
I'm like, get up, get out of bed. But one thing I'm proud of, I've had nothing but good reviews on the Onyx Stride sweatsuit. Nothing good reviews. So
that's what's up.
I think you need to go up one more size though for your people.
But it depends. A lot of manufacturers. You got to, like stuff coming in. Yeah,
the sizes don't translate.
Coming in, they said they didn't go past. They only went up to 3X, I think.
So. You need one more. You need a 3X for the
Yeah.
Because you're a slimmer guy, so it looks a little bit. As you can see, it looks different on me than it does on you and P-Nate, right? You see that in the pictures, right? Yeah. So
we all different. I had a large, you had an extra large, you had a medium, all different sizes.
Right, but I'm a little bit more chunky. So just picture somebody a little bit more chunkier than me. That 2X, maybe.
No. I got somebody who got a 2X. They said it fit good.
It fit good?
Yes.
Are they? What do they wear in their regular size though?
I can't tell you all that now. I can tell you all that off of here.
Anyways, buy the merch, the Impel Forward athlete wear. It's amazing. I just washed it. I tried it on. It still fits the same. Just like
there's another review. You the first one to give me that review. I like that.
Yeah. So and I'm a truth teller, as you can say. I don't have a problem expressing how I feel. So it's the color stayed, the fit is the same. It's a great quality product.
Appreciate it. Y'all hear the live review on the Impel Forward podcast of the Impel Forward merch.
Oh,
Copy me some impelforwardmerch.com.
Or maybe 14 of them.
Say what?
14 of them. Go ahead. Cop 14.
And look out for the summer. We coming. All right. There you have it for another episode of the Impel Forward. Ooh, that was a blooper. Impel Forward podcast. And remember, seize the opportunity to grasp your dreams.